This video is sponsored by True Gold Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about diversifying your portfolio to help assure your future financial security. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. James Kaufman, World News Report today, July 16th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is leaking out from the Secret Service and it doesn't look good. They have been threatened to keep their mouths shut or lose their job. It turns out there was supposed to be a sniper team on that roof, but they pulled a no-show. Colin Rugg posted out. Now we have two videos that are must-watch. New, Dan Bongino says an unimpeccable source tells him that someone was supposed to be on the roof where Thomas Crooks shot from, but didn't show up. Bongino also claimed that the Biden administration is telling the U.S. Secret Service director to keep her mouth shut. She wants to keep her job. Let's listen to him, and then let's listen to another video. Everything's leaking out.
So I was just showing Tucker some material from an unimpeachable source, let's just say, on the matter. That post, according to my source, that roof, was supposed to be a police post. It was supposed to be someone there. They're now making up excuses, saying the pitch of the roof. My source said to me no one knows why the post didn't show up. But so that's a nonsense story they're putting out in the media. And I was also told that the Secret Service director has been given instructions from the administration and the DHS secretary. You want to keep your job, you'll keep your mouth shut about this. They're not putting that out there, but if you get those site post logs and those police instructions and there was a post on there and they didn't show up and no one checked, someone could have got your dad killed within millimeters.
So anyone with an IQ over 40 could have guessed that that roof should have had a team on top of it. Supposedly that team was a no-show and they're keeping it quiet. Instead, they were guarding it from inside the building, and the pitch of the roof was such that it was dangerous for them to go on top of the building. You can't make this stuff up. What makes sense is that roof stands out like a sore thumb. It was not protected. It was unprotected for a reason. Bongino called out a very important question today. If security is taking notes on this guy 26 minutes ahead of Trump going on stage, which they were, why did they still send him on stage? Let's listen.
There's so many things that went wrong that we have to triage this into a few simple questions, or honestly, we could be here all day. Why was there no spotter? Why was there no post stander down there? Why didn't they secure the air conditioning unit that this guy obviously at this point looks like he leapt on to get onto the building? Why wasn't there a post stander there? But if I had to pin it down to a couple of simple questions, and I've said this to members of Congress, I had Jim Jordan on my radio show and podcast, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I said, I'm begging you, during this congressional hearing, no filibustering, no nonsense, no campaign websites, get right to the point. Number one, they spotted this guy acting suspiciously, making furtive movements and things like that, 26 minutes before the shots rang out. So let's lowball it. Assume that's 20 minutes before Trump starts making President Trump his way onto the stage. Why was President Trump allowed on the stage? I mean, as a former Secret Service agent, I've got an active open threat I can't locate. So they knew about it 20 minutes before. Apparently, from what I'm hearing from sources, he had disappeared in and out of these buildings, so they couldn't find him. Okay, assume you look. Threats happen, right? I mean, even the best security plans, you can get threats at times. I train with them. I mean, I had a guy in a hotel room one time in Indonesia acting funny, and I said, you're going to have to delay the president landing. We found what it was, and then he landed on time. It was no problem. Why was he allowed to walk on stage?
Ladies and gentlemen, they don't tell you that the shooter actually climbed on the building one time with a rangefinder, climbed back down, and then made it back up with his backpack and gun. Unbelievable. And why would his father, who's anti-gun Democrat, buy this AR-15 with a several $1,000 scope on it? None of this can make any sense to anyone. And where did this 20-year-old get the ability or the knowledge to make all these bombs that were found both at his house and in his car? And how did he walk from his car the 2 miles, because his car was parked 2 miles away, with a 28-inch AR-15 and no one noticed? It won't fit in a backpack. It wasn't a folding gun. This is whack.
I mean, you don't need to be a former Secret Service agent like me to say, wait, so you knew there was a threat there for 26 minutes and you still let him walk on stage anyway and get shot? I don't understand. Like, why not just delay the speech? I mean, Joe Biden's late on speeches all the time. The networks will wait. You couldn't wait 5-10 minutes? We have a holding room at every single site. The holding room, you know why it's called the holding room? This is very scientific. Because we hold you there if something goes bad. Right. That's literally why it's called the holding room. Why wasn't it used? That's question one. Why was he even on stage? The second question. The failed Secret Service Director, Kim Cheadle, who has been an abomination for this agency right now, just put out today, I was just talking to Mike Davis, I think you saw...
A DEI hire. Listen to this crap she put out. I did cover it earlier. Although the snipers won a 512 pitch roof, which means 5 inches of incline for every foot, this roof was a 112-inch, a very almost flat roof, 1 inch of incline for every foot.
So it's one of the great commentators, love Mike. And Mike's asking some of the same questions you are, because no one can fathom the stupidity here. Kim Cheadle put out a statement that we didn't have a counter-sniper team on that roof because of the slope of the roof. Well, the shooter didn't seem to have any problem with the slope of the roof. Even accepting that the idiocracy of that story, how stupid it is, why then did you allow him a clean line of sight? I'll give you a quick story I told on my radio show today. You can't mitigate everything. They could have got someone on that roof and they did. But say they really couldn't have. It's unstable or whatever. Okay, fine. Accepting this ridiculous story. I did a sidewalk at Hofstra University for Hillary Clinton when she was the first lady. There was a really troubling line of sight issue. We were short on assets. There was a dorm building looking in through the window. Someone could have popped the shutter. We didn't have an asset to get up there. So you know what I did? I had them go to a hardware store. And you know the fake snow? I said, I want you to fake snow spray paint all of those windows. So at least the shooter can't see. Wow. It would be a random shot. We don't want it, but at least you're not going to be able to rangefinder. They couldn't even put a campaign banner and block the line of sight for the guy with the biggest footprint in the world. So again,
ladies and gentlemen, the snipers had him in their sights for over 3 to 4 minutes, and they saw he was playing with his gun. This is according to Dan Bongino and his Secret Service friends. He used to be a Secret Service agent, and they never took the shot until after President Trump was hit.
Why didn't they block the line of sight? And second, why was he on the X anyway? The X is what we call in the Secret Service, where you protect you standing. If you're in a limo and a limo gets hit, the golden rule is you get him off the X.
Right.
Why was he even on the X? Cover, evacuate, or don't even bring him to the stage. There is no excuse for this. There should be mass resignations. People should be criminally investigated for what happened here.
So can the FBI actually investigate this? Do you trust them to do that?
Nobody in America trusts the FBI to investigate the DOJ, Secret Service, or any other government agency. Their jobs depend on Trump not winning the presidency. He wants to thin the government by 2/3, just as every American, every patriot does. Only the uninformed and, well, the people that deserve what they get don't realize that the U.S. government is the biggest employer in the world, and they all get lifetime pensions on you.
No, do I trust the FBI? That's like asking an alcoholic if you trust Jose Cuervo. Like, no, I absolutely don't. I'm going to say I hope they prove me wrong. I'm also a realist, and I realize the FBI has some decent people. I work with them. The management right now is an abomination. And what I'm afraid of is even if you get a bunch of good rank-and-file investigators who find out something serious, I don't know what that is or could be. I don't put out stuff I can't back up. That I don't trust Christopher Wray to tell people the truth. I just don't. I mean, if the guy had a Moms for Liberty hat on, Believe me, the data of every story right now.
Right.
The guy's parents would be in the gulag.
Listen, FYI, we still don't even have the Epstein logs. We still don't know anything about Hunter Biden's laptop, although I had the whole drive. Millions of people around the world have the whole drive. It's so incriminating. I couldn't even explain to you how scared it was. I had to go throw it in the ocean, deep in the ocean, as in take a boat out and get rid of the hard drive. I was so worried about having it in my possession. And look, I'm not the only one that got it. Millions of people still have it, including both houses of Congress that have done nothing with it.
But no, I don't. I hope they prove me wrong, however. I don't say things I can't back up. And until they, I see some evidence that they're hiding stuff, I'll reserve opinion. But their track record, I mean, can we just be honest, is, from horrible to atrocious.
And I know you don't say things you can't back up, but in this scenario, based on what you know, do you feel like there's something going on here that, we've heard speculation that this was an inside job, that,
Yes, this was they already tried to impeach him. They tried to jail him. None of it worked. His, approval rating just grew. There was only one last thing they could do, and they're probably going to try it again. She's not that bright, although she is asking the right questions.
there were other people involved.
Listen, opinions are like the holes, right? Everybody's got one. Until I can back it up, I don't even want to speculate. But I will say it is an oddity. I guess saying it's an oddity is an opinion, but it's opinion based on fact. He has no social media profile now in 2024.
20-year-old?
I mean, wouldn't you think that was weird? Like, you did. I think the neighbors would be like, "Let's get straight. He doesn't have a social media profile." So I find that odd. But again, I doubt inside job stuff because there are so many people that have to be read in on that plan. It's just there's always a leaker. But I don't discount anything. Listen, after Spygate and Russia collusion, it'd be irresponsible for me to do the opposite too. Go, oh, no, that didn't happen. Yeah. Well, what evidence do you have it didn't happen? I don't. So
every conspiracy we've ever thought may be true came out to be true. That's the scariest part of all this. And every American knows it. Every patriot here in America knows it. And these are direct leaks to Dan Bongino, who used to be a Secret Service agent, from agents still in the service, who have all been threatened that if they speak, they will lose their job, along with the director, who has been threatened as well by Mayorkas, the head of Homeland Security. Ladies and gentlemen, God help America. Please share it. Please subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.